young Shawn.
Young.
Back in the office.
She don't feel young.
Right.
Crab cakes, man.
We got the Atlantis Jumbo Lump Crab Cakes today, folks. A home run anywhere. Really. Ingredients, pretty simple. Not a slurry with like 1,000 things in it, just what I think really, really works.
What is a slurry?
It's kind of like what I do with meatballs. It's the base you're going to make before you add a meat or other things, crackers. Like there's going to be crackers in this particular one. Like with a meatball, like I make the slurry of meatballs first, opposed to adding the ingredients on top. That's going to be like breadcrumbs in general. You can use crackers and just mash them up.
Yeah, it's like a big mix.
It's a big, it's a big wet liquid mix that you're going to be adding or folding stuff into.
Yeah.
And we got the jumbo lump crab cake, so crab meat. So we're going to be really careful how we mix that. You know, we don't want to break that up.
Okay.
You know, so the ingredients are Old Bay. Cannot make this with Old Bay. Cannot make this without Old Bay seasoning. A little bit of Dijon mustard, not a lot. Mayo. For this much, I want to put 1 egg. Depending on how much, you might want to put 2. It's going to be a bigger batch. Some lemon juice to toss it afterwards. And this is the 2 types of crab meat we got. I think one is the smaller pieces. Maybe it's called shredded, I'm not sure.
One's a jumbo cut, one's a regular.
Right, this is the regular and the jumbo cut. I like to use both in there. Some people just use one or the other. I think both really, really works great. So, all right, first thing, and some lemon juice afterwards. So for how much of it, I didn't measure this out because I wasn't sure exactly what we were making. So for right now, I'm just gonna pour like that many crackers.
Start it off.
Yeah. You could use your fist if it's really small. You can put them in a bag. You zip it up and just smash them.
Yeah.
Just take the bottom of a mug.
Okay.
Yeah. Just have to do it a few times. You don't have to make this into like a powder dust, right? But you just want to make them small enough pieces, right? We just want to get the right proper ratio of slurry / meat, right? I know it's like really loud. I'm trying not to be super loud with it. So, okay. First thing, I'm going to put a little bit of the Dijon.
Dijon.
Is that open?
That is. Yeah.
Okay.
Right in the fire.
Like about that much. Like I said, nothing's really measured. I wasn't sure exactly how much we'd be making, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. A little more mayo than what we have for the Dijon. Not much.
Yeah.
Like that much.
Yeah, what are the usual, from slurry to meat, like what are the usual proportions?
You know what, that ratio is up to you. There's not like a kind of a standard.
Okay.
You know, we are thinking about doing the meatball, you know, oh, thank you, sir. Italian meatball recipe. And we can go over more of that, what's a proper ratio. I mean, a lot of people pretty much all around, for the most part, unanimously will say the least amount of slurry, the least amount of filling.
Yeah.
But when you add more filling, I mean, you still have a lot of meat flavor, whether it's crab or meatballs, whether it's, your classic mix pork, beef, veal, that kind of thing. Even if you have a lot of filler, it's still going to taste really great, and you get more out of it that way. It's more. Thank you, sir. It's more flavorful that way. We're going to do the Old Bay.
Okay.
Just going to do this one. You open this, right?
Yep.
Just by hand. And this has, I think, pepper and salt in it.
Oh, yeah.
So we won't really have to add salt and pepper in here. I just want enough of that celery Old Bay flavor in there for sure. What else? What was that spoon I had? Yeah. That's it. Mix this all around. I am going to add just a bit more of these crackers. You could use the buttery Ritz or Townhouse. These are Kellogg's right here.
Yeah, buttery crackers is the.
Oh, the buttery one is the secret. Oh, no doubt about it. Like these are basically, we're using chips today, but you know, basically you want to just use crackers. Either Townhouse, Ritz, the buttery ones, they work really, really well. But any of these, you know, bread, you know, that'll work really, really, really well. We're gonna hit it with some parsley, Shawn. You can
Yes, sir.
pop that in there. A little bit more, a little bit more. Boom. Smashing up those bigger pieces of the cracker. Normally I'd let this sit a little bit to let the cracker really like absorb it. But for right now, it's just a little more wet than I'd like. So I'm just gonna add another one in there. That should be okay.
Just enough to where.
Right, you want it to hold together. We do have an egg in there. That's gonna help bind. It's like a binding agent when we bake it. You could fry it on the top, but like meatballs, I really kind of prefer to bake them. Yeah, see if you let it sit, this will become a thicker slurry. And this is just about the, you know, even a little more that parsley.
Yeah.
Definitely want fresh parsley in here. Cool. Nice. So we got lemon juice. Usually I put my hand over and pour the lemon juice in because sometimes you get a seed that sneaks in.
Yeah.
I don't see any.
Very clever.
Yep. You know, you just put it in your hand, let it drop, but I don't see any seeds. Sometimes you're squeezing like this, they come from inside or come from the bottom and sneak out.
Like a filter.
And it could be hard to, see that one?
There you go,
It
look.
could be hard to fish it out if it drops in something like this.
Yeah.
Same color as the seed. Now that's only about half a lemon. You could use a quarter lemon. Decides on the lemon and how much lemon flavor you like in this, right? I like a bunch, so we're gonna put about half in right here. This is still. You need breadcrumbs?
Crumbs. Believe I?
Yeah.
I believe I do.
Just because it's a little wet, and normally I'd let it sit to thicken up, but we're gonna make these right now, and I just want to thicken this up a little bit. You don't want it too watery when you're putting in the meat, because then it's not really gonna hold together that great. Usually I don't put these in, I just have the crackers, but we're not letting it sit, and it's just a little more wet than I like, so this has a quick fix.
Get it done at a pinch.
Yeah, you know how it is. See how much thicker that is? Not that you want a really thick, like concrete kind of mixture, but it's something that the crab meat will really hold onto. That's going to be great. So we are ready for the crab meat. Another technique to the slurry, opposed to putting meat in anything, meatballs, crab cakes, opposed to putting the meat and putting everything in it at once, you're mixing like 10 ingredients. Yeah. You do this first, you make that done, you mix that slurry, so you're only really mixing 2 ingredients. All that with the meat. And this is already broken up. Sometimes I call it regular or shred it. That's really, really good. Pretty good quality crab cake in there. That's great. So this you can mix first. Wow. Now I'm going to be really, really careful mixing the, and I'll tell you what, I'm even going to be so careful. I don't want to use this metal spoon. Do you have one of those? Let me see. I think you do. One of these right here. Just any kind of rubberized, you know, cake batter. It's just soft. Just that it's soft. In. So. And I'm just going to kind of fold this in here. Again, be really careful. You don't want to break up. You know, some pieces are going to break up depending on how soft it is, right? You know, it's the nature of the beast.
If it's going to go, it'll go.
All right, I'm not giving a big cake mix kind of. I'm just sort of folding, right? This is a technique I like to use to where it's just more gentle on the mix, the batter, right, if you will.
Folding because it is not forgiving.
This is not forgiving, right? Right. And that's about all I want to mix that. So now we're going to put it in the pan. And that olive oil is still on the table, right? You're going to grow legs and walk away. Just going to lubricate that pan. Not a whole lot, just enough. Don't want these to stick. We got the oven preheated, about 400. Could be like a little more. Have a nice golden brown on it. And we're going to build. See how many we can get here. Not going to make them real big. They're going to be smaller ones. You make them whatever side. You can make 2 or 3 out of this. They'll be huge, but you know, make it whatever size they're going to be. See, if it was really any more wet than this, wouldn't really stay together all that great. That's a good size. Push it down just a little bit. This came out pretty good. This came out really, it feels like the right consistency.
Yeah, play it real gentle, huh?
Yep, and I kind of give it a turn like this. I do this with the meatballs too sometimes, just to press. I think that's a good. Cool, we'll get a bunch out of here. Gonna get even a little more than I thought. That's cool.
That is cool.
Pop these bad boys. I'm thinking 4.
Why did I keep
And we will be back shortly with the reveal. Shawn, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Time to take them crab cakes out.
Oh, nice.
I know.
Let's do it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You got it.
Wow, they look great.
Holding together, too.
Yeah, they're holding together right. That batter slurry was done correctly. But now we're see how it actually tastes.
Yeah, look at that.
We did put a good amount of oil in here. We just still don't want to break them up. Super hot. Woo!
Nice.
Get a little piece here. I already know this is going to be like fabulous, right? You know?
It's that good, huh?
Yeah, no, it really is. They're all really coming out. Just that little hint of Dijon, I think, really helps with this. We did with the fresh. Well, it was in the grinder, but it was sort of you know.
Parsley?
Yeah. The parsley's in there. The Old Bay. That's pretty important with this one, like a Maryland style.
Yeah.
The richness of those crackers you use.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ritz, Townhouse, any of them. This was a different brand, but any of that where it's like really buttery, that really makes these a big difference. The lemon juice is in there, it gives that acidity. I was going to say, this is so good how it is, and it has a moderate amount of lemon flavor. Usually I take the other lemon we have, wherever it is, just kind of give it a drizzle on top if I served it, you know, but I won't even do that with these. They're spot on. Won't even have to. Maybe lemon on the side for folks who want it. I'm even going to go in for a second one here, Shawn. It's so hot, it's really, really hot. Oh my God.
Like that.
Yep. One of the better ones I've made. That turned out great.
Nice. I'll have to take your word for it.
Pretty happy with that.
Nice.
So that concludes the Atlantis Jumbo Lump Crab Cakes. Pretty simple batter. You know, easy to make. If you make them this small, what were they? 25 minutes on 400-ish, something like that.
Easy peasy.
Once they start getting a little golden brown on the edges here, and they're this big, you know they're done.
Nice.
You know. Another success, dude.
Very good, my friend.
Nice. Catch you guys next time.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Yep.